here at the GSL Codex. It's time to decide who will be eliminated first. Yep. herO versus Bunny. We did just see Beyond advance, not surprisingly. I thought those were great games he had against SOS, but it seems like as wacky and as eccentric as SOS's playstyle is, Bunny is just too solid of a Terran. It doesn't really matter how fancy you are. Beyond can shut it down, out-control you, out-produce you, and move on to the round of 8.
Well, that's going to set us up for, like you said, herO versus Bunny. Now, we were looking at how this matchup was going to go earlier. Thank you, Zoom in on Hot 6 Can. And herO has never lost to Bunny. In the history of forever, it's just never happened.
In the history of forever, my friend.
Yep.
Yes. And that's not a good sign for Bunny.
No.
That's not good. If I had to give you my expert analysis on that statistic, Rassles.
It's not looking good.
Yeah.
Now, the other side of that coin is that they also haven't played in a while. And Bunny did look fantastic at IEM Shanghai. In the group stage, he only lost to Maru. He beat everyone else, and he wound up losing twice to Dark in the main event. But the big point is that while Bunny has looked strong, herO is a player of another caliber.
Yeah, that's right. Now, I feel like herO's proven that not only can he do this cutthroat, quick rush, win play, being sneaky, being deceptive, doing proxies, doing all-ins, but he's also proven he can do standard games. So this will be a tough battle here for Bunny. And don't forget, SOS is waiting in our final best of 3, the 5th best of 3 of the night, to wrap things up. So it's going to be one of the hardest nights for Bunny ever. Let's see what happens. We're going to go into game number 1 now on the Match Vessel Read. In the upper left, in the blue, our Protoss player, he is
Root Gaming, herO.
Lots of cheers from the crowd, very popular, and once again with the blue synergy, it's got it going on.
Matches.
Also insane amounts of makeup.
Yeah, we all have it on, man.
That's true.
We're actually all hideous in real life, guys.
Bunny.
Every once in a while, you get that like way too photogenic guy, like when Zest plays, like, okay, well.
herO's like that, too. Here's a sharp-looking dude.
Oh, yeah.
So we have the probe coming out here right away, just to monitor what the build is for Bunny. Probe is almost across the map to get in here. Bunny did go for a gas now. And that probe's going to come in here and identify exactly what's going on.
It's like, yep, you built the barracks. Congratulations. You can build other buildings.
Barracks!
I knew it! So this is just going to be the same occurrences that have occurred at every other game that we've seen tonight. It's just early probe to harass, great scouting information.
A lot of Protoss are just telling us that this is something that's worthwhile, just in case, at least currently. The new patch is not out yet, but just currently to try to check what they're doing. Okay, I see what's up. Wow, there was synchronized swimming going on, unknown to both workers.
Well, I guess we are in Abyssal Reef, so yeah, we're going to be swimming a lot.
Yeah, that's right.
Kind of interested why herO didn't commit to blocking the command center. I've seen a lot of Protosses want to do that. He was just waiting to see what was going on the ramp. Chilling out over there.
So we're waiting for that cybernetics core to get finished to see is there going to be a Stargate coming up here. That's usually a little bit more typical in this matchup, but the Protoss isn't tethered to that build alone. Adepts are now going to be coming out. Both players have a pretty good idea, at least so far, as to what they're up to. There is that Stargate, the more standard opening. For Protoss. Now, does herO do what we've seen him do a lot of in PvT in the last, I don't know, 12 months or so? Is going for Phoenix Adept.
Now, if he deals with this Reaper well enough, just had that probe right before it died, it dropped off its payload. All right. If he gets this out quickly enough, and crucially, the Stargate was not scouted, there's still a possibility they can go for something like an overcharged pylon. But yeah, he's pulling back the probe, so that's not going to be the route that we take here. So already things looking different.
Okay, Reaper being chased away.
Reaper.
That's right.
It's like, how does he have Reaver tech already?
He's got Reavers!
God.
Did I say Reaver?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Sorry, guys. What if a Reaver was here and just shot and suddenly blew up that Adept? I'm like, oh!
Well, I tell you what, I've been playing a lot of StarCraft Remastered, and Reapers are almost infinitely more useful than...
You mean...
Reapers are way more useful than Reavers to me, because my Scarabs are much Scarabs, man. They are not effective. But Reapers at least will get in there. It's one kill on that Reaper already. Reapers don't glitch out, so
Yeah,
there you go.
There's at least that. So the Reaper now going to be pushed back a little bit here. We have the Oracle, which is par for the course with a build like this. The second Oracle, by the way, not just one here. And now we want to wait and see, will there be more Phoenixes added in?
Yeah.
Is it going to be that standard, especially for herO, Phoenix Adept style, to try to leverage his position? Again, Bunny, as Rapid had mentioned earlier, does not really win against herO ever. So, you know, there's going to be a possible... What? Where was it?
Where?
There it is. There's a Widow Mine right up there. I did not even see it.
How do
Great
they
placement.
figure these placements out?
Well, you know,
this
if you just keep mixing it up, especially if you see the Adepts are probably going to come in there, there's no way he's going to be able to pull away from that in time.
What a place to put that. I feel like a lot of research lately in PvT on both sides has gone into these just like very specific aspects. Like, where do you put your Widow Mine for that meta? Oh my god! How is that legal?
It's pretty brutal, actually.
Yeah.
Now, does he get a third Oracle, a third total for this game? It would be 2 in his army now because he lost that first one.
I mean, losing an early Oracle is just so devastating. Anytime you listen to Artosis cast, they'll say that every single time.
Well, but you know,
Yeah.
it's what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You have to have the Oracles out. It's one of the linchpin parts of this strategy. You know, the Stargate units pair so well. By the way, herO is still trying to edge in here. Now, he knows that he has no detection right now and that Oracles are on the map.
Okay. Throws out the shade for scouting.
What? Wait, what just died there?
I think that was an Oracle, right?
Two Oracles. Okay. That's
2 for
crazy.
2.
This is, well, you know, this is definitely a game that Bunny can win now. I mean, it's not like the Oracles are trading in fights, you know, and they're killing some Marines, and then, eventually it goes away. You know, I've wondered this for a while, is I know that you can avoid Widow Mine shots, but I feel like unless you watch the Oracle the whole time, you're just gambling, right? The Terran has no reason to not try to hide Widow Mines. I mean, 2 Oracles picked off?
Well,
wow.
That is really a great early indicator of not only skill, he gets hit in the same spot again.
herO's falling apart in this game. And you know what? I love herO. He's a great player, but this is somewhat his fault.
Both?
Yeah, I mean, you can't be out on the map. You know that it's very difficult to avoid Widow Mines. I think this push coming up here is going to end the game. It's going to be Bunny's first win against herO.
Yeah, things are really starting to snowball right now, Tasteless. Each individual cut, you know, this is going to be death by 1,000 of them. Even he's going to save those Widow Mines out on the map. He could bring those along for the ride. In fact, is that 3 Widow Mines in one of those medevacs? I think it is.
Well, hold on. Let's wait until he actually comes up here. Did he get any tanks over here? Yeah, it looks like he's going to come forward now with the 2 tanks. This is a pretty standard push. But there's not a lot that you can really do to fight this. It looks like both these upgrades are going to finish before they're actually taken out. So that's one thing going for the Protoss. Of course, losing this is still pretty devastating. But, I mean, Protoss doesn't have a lot of muscle with this army. Probes are being evacuated.
And, I mean, you can micro against Marines here and try to make that the way that you win this. But there's a lot of sentries over there. He's going to try to maybe swoop in and kill chunks of Beyond's army all at once, but I mean, look at this sentry DPS, Tasteless.
You know, he might want to try. Uh-oh.
No.
Whoa! Well, now the Stalkers are in a super awkward position. He might actually want to just try to run up here and take out the rest of what's up here trying to defend. Now, I got to say, herO's keeping pretty calm. He's going to try to go for this crazy counterattack, which means his natural expansion is definitely exposed to being picked off.
Truly, this is crazy. He also doesn't have vision of the high ground to blink up and maybe get to a good spot, so tanks continue to inch forward.
Yeah, he's hitting the Nexus now, and he gets the Mothership as well.
Mothership core gonna go down.
Okay, herO's actually turning around. Problem is, I think this Nexus goes down before...
Yeah, the Marine DPS so high, and so many Liberators now set up along with Widow Mines. This is just unbreakable.
All right, he's coming in, though, hitting from both sides. The target here from the Stalkers is pretty damn good. Now, he did get both the tanks, but I think that this infantry army, well, he got it split up enough. You know what? I guess that kind of works anyways. But 2 base versus 3 now. I mean, that's really the story when it's all said and done. I guess Terran lost that position, but Terran also did what he came there to do.
Yeah, and it might have looked like Bunny was kind of defeated there. No, he's just grouping up, waiting for these reinforcements to come in. He's a little bit split off, and so herO is able to get that blink micro for a lot of value.
That's it. GG. Well done, Bunny. Wow. okay, so the attack was great, but what was the real story? It was losing 2 oracles, as well as 3 adepts to mine hits.
Yeah.
You don't have enough of anything. Had those stayed alive, had they been part of the army of herO, that's a totally different game. But again, you know, you can't be mad at Terran for hiding mines.
No, you really can't.
You are choosing to send those oracles out.
Ultimately, the mines are not what goes and kills you. It's you that kill yourself on the mines.
It's like these Terrans who were flying out against Adept Phoenix when they had one, you know, medevac, and I'm thinking, well, what do you expect?
Yeah.
A bunch of Phoenixes can kill that off really easily. I think we may need to see a more conservative game here from herO.
Yeah, it might have even looked like herO's blink control was very good that last fight.
And it was.
Yeah, he just didn't have enough at that point after having little bits shaved off as we go. Well, now we are going to head over to Ascension to Ire. Bunny with a win against herO. Now, Bunny has won individual games versus herO, but herO's always won the series.
Fight.
See if his destiny changes as we get into game number 2.
2017 Hot 6, GSL Season 3, Code S.
Upper left in the blue, he is
Root Gaming, herO.
herO. You never know with that font.
Indeed, you do not. Facing elimination now. He's 1 game away to this guy.
Bunny.
So, Bunny won that first game, and I don't think we're going to have the same kind of game from herO, because I think herO's going to be very, very, very careful in this series, because, it's... I mean, look, the Widowmine placement was good, and that's the dream, right? Is that they're flying into your Widow Mines, and you're going, oh, sick, I got this now. But will herO let that happen again? Gosh, I don't think so.
Yeah, gosh, I don't think so either, Tasteless. I would hope not. And, I mean, if herO goes for that strategy again, that takes a lot of guts. Once you lose that much consistently to just... because you're the one that runs into his Widow Mine, which theoretically you should be able to notice and avoid, I mean, that has to make you question your own skill. It's like, well, I just continually ran into his trap. He really had my number. Does he know what I'm thinking? How do I get ahead of?
Well, he did see what he was looking for, which is the reactor.
Yep.
Coming over there. You usually guess it is going to be a reactor when that first Marine comes out, but just having all this confirmation here. Now, is it going to be a Stargate again? I think he might try and go for it one more time. I feel like we might be seeing the oracles every time here from herO. He was one of the leaders, like on the forefront of how to play this matchup, especially with Phoenix Adept. But let's see if he does it again this time around. We saw herO definitely bring some better games here, but I'm going to try to take not take too much, let me put it like this, from that first game these guys had, because that was about as bad as an early game can go for Protoss. His Widow Mines are blowing everything up.
Yep, that is very true.
Good. Well hidden SCV, by the way.
Ooh. Saw a game earlier.
Oh, he's aware.
And he's just going to go minesweeping in his base.
It's spotted. Okay, he does not get to see the Robo. So it's, by the way, not the Stargate build. It is double command centers being produced here. So 3 CCs total now for Bunny. Bunny probably feeling pretty confident that he can take a little bit of a... It's not the riskiest thing in the world, but it is somewhat of a risk if you go for double command centers.
Yeah, a lot of times, one of the first times I saw this build starting to get popular was because a lot of times Protoss would come in with a very early oracles, lots of times proxied, and you take just a lot of SCV losses. So you can try to build enough to counter the oracle, but one way that Terrans kind of slingshotted themselves was, they would take those early losses, but because they had triple mules, triple command centers, you just couldn't take enough losses to not be able to dig your way out. So even if there had been like a proxy Stargate in this game, he would have been able to be pretty okay against that. But now against that, I mean, Bunny's going to set up to be macroing really hard, and SOS, or herO rather, is going to have to put this Robo to use.
Well, the fact that he's gone to Nexus, into gateways, into the Warp Prism, he definitely has the opportunity to start warping in right away and trying to do a lot of damage. Now, keep in mind, when you go for triple command center, what's really late is the factory stuff. if he ends up coming in here and maybe even gets abusive with a sentry, locking out either the expansion. I mean, it just depends. You want to get on one side of the ramp where their army's not. And, keep in mind, Terran sort of split up their army here. They have a decent amount of army, but the barracks were late. Again, the factory's super late here.
Yeah, and there's going to be nothing but Marines here back to defend. This is a very different strategy, but it does look like herO going to put on some serious pressure. And yeah, like you were saying, Tasteless, we've all seen that kind of comical occurrence where the force field happens on the ramp, and all of a sudden you're like, uh-oh, you can't fight with your army.
Yeah, we're still waiting to see if there's going to be a sentry warped in here, but the fact of the matter is that there's just not quite enough over here in the front. Now, the Marines have been pulled down. Again, there's no blink with this, by the way.
Yeah, but he's going to use the blink-esque style with that warp prism to save and micro those stalkers. There was almost a scary point there where Bunny just didn't have enough. herO might have just been able to...
Oh! No! That's all that Terran needed. And that was full of stalkers, by the way. Warp prisms being remade. But, I mean, this is 3 CCs. I mean, Terran lost some Marines, but that's fine. You're okay trading as long as you don't get run over.
He's going to scan kill the Observer right now, too.
Yeah, he is. No, he is.
He is. There we go.
Yeah, he is. All right, he did it. This is going great for Bunny.
Oh, my God. Your heart just has to stop there. I actually missed, we didn't see the Zoom of Doom on herO to get his reaction when he loses that, but, I mean, that's just way too much damage. We talked about how bad losing an early Oracle or two was in Game 1 that put him too far behind. Well, now how much of a setback is losing an entire Warp Prism full of Stalkers?
Kind of crazy. And as it's all said and done, Stim is finished. Protoss just now taking a third. Now, granted, Terran doesn't have the third yet. They were able to produce a great amount of SCVs, as well as mules and, having scans if need be. Terran has a lot of momentum here. And, it's not very clear what Protoss needs to do to hold this, because what Terran did was invest in Econ early and have an army that can... Oh, he's even going to get this. Oh, my God. This is, just the worst possible games here.
Bunny.
From herO. And Bunny, everything is going his way.
And we're going to see another Warp Prism run right into a missile turret here.
Well, hold on. If he can actually get the right angle over here, he might be able to get a warp in.
Yeah, I mean, there's medevacs coming back. They're not full, but... even this economic harass is just going to be cleaned up eventually. Oh, he's going to pick him up.
Okay, well, he needs to keep that Warp Prism alive. Terran needs to feel threatened. For the Protoss' sake, Terran needs to feel threatened.
No,
so that you feel like you can't move out yet, because there is the big issue that Terran has such a macro engine on his side.
Yeah. A third base coming up for Bunny. And two things just happened. So behind this, herO built another Nexus, whereas Bunny, who already had that command center, built many factories and is now just finishing up those reactor add-ons. So we're going to see herO try to eco his way out of this.
You mean barracks, right?
Yeah,
He's got a lot of barracks.
Yeah, that's what I meant. And while Bunny is just going to have this huge swell of units.
So Bunny, notice how patient he's being here. He's not overextending. He knows there's that Warp Prism out there somewhere. herO set up another big attack to try to do some damage here. Now, these Adepts are warping in. They're trying to get some workers, but overall, Bunny's basically ready, and he's going to go for the drop now. Now, over here, we have some Adepts coming in here. He needs to try to kill off some of these before they shade out. It looks like most of them should get away in time.
I think one of the most impressive hallmarks of just great players is they know exactly how much they need everywhere. Whoa, that was very scary. Yeah, Blink's only halfway done. If he had blinked and killed both of those, that's how you get yourself back in the game.
That's when you have that I'm fine moment. So it's double starport now, both with reactors. So he's going to be able to really pump out. So he has the core, right?
Yes.
And by that I mean he has medevacs, marauders, brains. But once you start to get the liberators there, that's when you can really start picking fights and asserting dominance on the map.
Consistently trying to shade these 3 or 4 Adepts in at a time. Getting pushed back at every turn. Oh my
wow, that liberator, that Warp Prism range is just crazy.
Every time it gets longer and longer.
Well, I get what herO's trying to do. He's trying to have a few Adepts that come out from time to time to keep the other player busy. But the problem is that Bunny is reaching out on both sides to make sure that there are no more options. That first Warp Prism was taken out. There's only one other Warp Prism on the map. We know where that is. Bunny knows where that is. And again, he's just really zoning this back. And in fact, wow, he could have almost ran under that and gunned that down. I think we may see the push coming here very soon now. God, Bunny is just killing it, man.
He really is. It being herO in this occasion, really just seems to have his number. And what's kind of ironic about, or surprising about that, is that Bunny's never won a best of series against herO ever. So this is really going to see a page turning in that history lesson.
It's 4 Liberators coming out at a time, Rapid. He's going to really be able to shove his way into a good position if the Liberation Zones can get set up properly. Now you want to watch out for Blink, and here it comes now. He does get the 2, or I think it's 2. Well, actually, there was more Liberators than I even realized were over there.
They're just not sieged before there. Yeah, there's 4 more ready to come to bear. Nice force fields.
Oh, getting that one Immortal.
Yeah, it's not
DT's
enough.
coming in here to try to do damage, but is it going to be damage dealt as fast as Terran can deal?
Yeah, it needs to target the ones building those turrets, but that is still damage being done. 15, 16 workers being taken out. However, so much on herO's side of the map. A lot of damage there as well.
Kind of an interesting play here. He went actually for immediately down here. Try to take out that extra base. Yeah, he apparently just does not.
He used all his energy on mules. Oh my god, that's actually really bad. That lets herO break out and deal all this economic damage still being done.
Okay, so the worker count's 67 for Protoss, 45 here for Terran.
Ooh.
Not bad. That was kind of a funny little play that we saw back there. I actually thought he was going to try to go for the 3rd. I guess he's really respecting the number of Immortals that were out at that moment. That's
sick play there.
That's one way to do it. Cool. That was interesting. I feel like I like herO's position maybe slightly better as long as he can hold off drops like this.
Yeah, I mean,
overall his army's a little bit smaller. That's fair to say.
Now, this is really a way to get yourself back in the game. If he had been in time to snipe those, if he just limits this damage from being done, nice recall there. Lots of forces coming back into the main, but is this going to be enough? He blinks on those medevacs, trying to take them out before they can get out.
Keep in mind that Terran for a while was only making Liberators, so those were the most of the medevacs that were out actually in this game.
Right.
It's hard, you need to push in. These are just Liberators. I think there's 1 medevac total with this.
Yeah, so that's going to be vulnerable bio on the ground, but with these Liberation Zones set up, and there's more reinforcing. So this is a great spot for Bunny to be in.
Okay, he's got enough medevacs over here total. Oh. Now there's Colossi coming. He can leapfrog this, though. Now there's no Liberator range. Oh, great. Gets the Warp Prism. The opportunity to counterattack is nowhere near as good.
Gets the Mothership Core, too, so there's not going to be any overcharges. Not that there were pylons to overcharge, but herO seems
to be scan. He needs a scan.
Oh, I don't think he has any more. Oh, there he is.
Okay, he does.
That might be his last scan. Blinking forward there, right at on time to pick off these Liberators, but does he have enough to take him out?
Okay, I think even though he killed off all the Liberators, we have these Immortals over here. They are getting targeted down.
Oh, my God.
It's just too much. herO just handled that very, very nicely. I see what Bunny was trying to do. He didn't have quite enough of a ground army. I mean, the Stalkers, as long as they can get in there, look at this. It's like each one's going to get down to 0 HP.
Oh, Blink's pretty good.
Nice.
Wow, this is herO really coming back from what a heart-stopping loss, losing that early Warp Prism, the early Stalkers inside of it being pushed back and having to defend against this triple CC big economy burst. Now herO's the one in the lead, and Bunny has to hold on.
Well, it seems like Bunny's defense has been A+. His offense, not so much. We see him now trying to take a 4th base. Bunny for the first time.
Yeah.
herO, this is his 3rd time attempting to acquire territory here in the bottom left.
He can't land the CC because the DT's underneath it. And
well, I think the DTs are possibly the biggest story of this game so far.
Like, when you go triple CC, you just got a lot of scans, but maybe he was trying to hit a timing where he just gets that big macro burst from all the mules, but then doesn't have scan to keep the DTs from crushing his economy. He's still down 20 workers.
Observer now coming in here. Note there is 1 DT in the back in the center right location. Looks like that was just killed off there.
Yeah, scan to take it out.
It's been wiped out. So it's 4 base versus 4 base. Again, herO in a supply lead. And I'm actually a little bit worried here because he still has Immortals. He already has a bunch of Colossi with this and Sentries to chop this up. I mean, this is a very healthy Protoss army that can fight sort of whatever it wants. I don't know if it can actually break into a base, but if it's a fight on the map, I think as long as Protoss's army is sticking together, they're okay. And this is a great play. Terran is so consumed with guarding the center right that this base is basically exposed.
Wow, a really interesting blink there. Not able to get good concavature.
Some concavery. You know what? I have to say, this has just been so well handled here by herO.
Another Colossus coming in there. All the Liberators taken out that have been sieged. he could actually just turn around and try to take this out. There's not a lot here from Bunny.
Yeah, he's done a really good job. And he's not overextending either. It's 164 supply to 99 here.
Oh.
Bunny's hurting. And I think he just wants to rotate up. Am I wrong? Rotate to the top?
You're going to literally rotate on this guy. More DTs coming out across the map, and those have been great points of pressure. And not enough liberation zones to defend. That command center is going to start burning down. SCVs will repair it.
Look at this. He could actually send DTs, split him up over here. Okay, he's going to just try to go for it. 1 or 2 disruption shots in here. A blink forward. That's going to be, I think, all that you need to have to win this fight now.
Blink forward. How good are these disruption shots? Haven't seen them just yet, but just the Stalkers taking out the Liberators. Very, very valuable.
Yep,
so many Colossi behind it.
All right, I think herO's basically tied this game up. We should be going into game number 3 here. GG. herO takes that, deservedly so, despite the bumpy start.
I love our new star wipe out of that. herO the winner, evening up the series, and I mean, this has to be all too familiar for Bunny. He's seen this exact situation before where he almost is able to take herO out. Had a great spot where he sniped herO's Warp Prism, took out the Stalkers inside. Behind that, though, just didn't cross all of his T's and dot his I's because DTs were able to get herO back in the game.
Well, let's see what happens now in Game 3. Again, the winner goes on to face off against SOS. herO started out with a really bad game in Game 1 and then a really bad start in Game 2, but he's stabilized. He only has to win against this Terran. After that, it's PvP, a different animal, a different beast. SOS watching, he knows that whatever he sees herO do isn't going to be that helpful in the PvP coming up here, other than he's seeing that herO is able to clutch even if he's behind, at least today. So far, the pressure on Bunny. Again, guys, Bunny, until today, never beat herO in a game.
Well, in a series. He's taken single games.
He's never lost. He's never killed a unit against herO. It's crazy.
Wow, that's really impressive. What a step. Final map of our best of 3 here is going to be Odyssey. Who will take it? Who will be eliminated from the GSL Code S?
Season 3, Code S.
What is that camera shot?
In the bottom right.
Root Gaming, herO.
herO.
How long are we going to keep this shot?
Done.
One. No. No.
I thought I had it in the
Never
upper left in the red.
Bunny.
There we go.
Bun, New York.
He's a hashtag big fan.
Yeah.
That's where he goes for all of his vacations. Okay, well, no early pro being sent out across the map, so already things looking way different. I just really want to see herO, I don't know, execute that same style, but without the hiccups that we saw, whether it's, being just a little bit too late on his timings, losing that Warp Prism. I mean, if he doesn't lose that Warp Prism, maybe that's just too much damage, but wow, he's actually going to go very early Nexus here behind this. Behind what? I don't know.
I mean, it's it's so far so good here for Protoss. I'd still be confident if I was herO, especially after that last game. Be like, okay, that's right. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm used to. Bunny probably a lot more stressed out if I had to guess. Bunny's a guy who's always showed really awesome games, but he just seems to be one tier below the very best of the best.
Yeah, for as long as the 4 horsemen of the Terran Apocalypse existed, before Maru kind of started struggling a little bit, and Gumiho just really rose up there. There were I think 3 players who were trying to contest there. It was Gumiho, Alive, both of them had really strong showings. But then Bunny's just always been trying to get in on the conversation. And it feels like every time he's just almost there, he takes a big setback. And against herO here, who's always just really had his number, this is really a big test. Does he knock herO, a player who could easily go way deep in this tournament? Does he knock him out and just really start to, get into that conversation? Or does he lose yet again and continue to struggle to really overachieve?
Man, it's hard. If you keep losing to somebody over and over in your career, you can really build up a lot of mental plaque against this player. You can end up with a serious block where even if you're sort of starting to win, it you can't pan it out into a full-on victory in a series.
Yeah.
The moment that things start to go wrong, you go, oh, God, here we go again.
Yeah, we actually saw that yesterday. Alive was, in a pretty great spot, but Solar's just always really had his number. He bopped him out and was able to advance, and it was just really, really strong play there. Now, tonight, we get to watch Bunny. He's scouted out, but not well enough. Just as I say that, does he scoot? No. Stops one base.
He's not going far enough. Most of the time, I say that, if we see somebody do anything wild earlier in games, that we won't see proxies later. But herO, it's always the opposite.
Yeah. Well, in SOS as well, we get a chance to see him in our last game. Like, there's just no knowing where they're going.
Whoa, you are sick.
I watched Willy Wonka.
That was really good. No knowing where you're going.
Yeah.
I just want to be one of your Oompa Loompas. That's all I want to do.
We have an Oompa Loompa cast where they just make all of our voices that squeaky
What
chip.
do you get when you only eat treats? Eating as much as an elephant eats. Was that the Oompa Loompa thing? That's one of the things they say.
How do you know that? This is not a thing humans know, Tasteless.
No, this human does. This is, once again, the Oracle coming in here. Now, there's Widow Mines in here.
Now, Oracles, I believe, can kill Widow Mines with correct control.
Yeah, you could do that, right? If you get just on top of it. He has actually gotten in here now. Second Oracle's coming. Now, keep in mind, there might not be much to stop the Widow Mine if it burrows back there. But, again, there's opportunities now to try to hide the Widow Mines elsewhere. You have to be really on top of everything. Even though this can be devastating to Terran, there's a lot. It's a lot harder than it looks, right? I mean, if you miss control even for a little bit.
Oh, it really is. Yeah, so there's a technique you just saw right there where you burrow the Widow Mine in the crux, like the corner of this triple mineral patch.
Oh, yeah, like in the center of the mineral patch triangle.
Then more probes or mining units stack on top of it, and it's better to hide it behind. But.
Okay, he's trying to bait out.
Screw you, particularly just that Marine.
Well, I don't know if he can get any good positioning here. If he goes in for it, now he sees double forge, by the way, so he says, okay, this guy is gearing up for late game.
Oh, he's dropping it to take some of these hits, but
okay, well that doesn't help. Aha! Trying to make a pylon back here.
Look at how just barely outside the overcharge range that is.
I think that herO was really patient with the pylon cannons back there, as we saw, and he waited until the medevac was way deep inside the Protoss's base, where he's like, okay, you die no matter what.
Trying to take that out.
Pick it up, run. Aha, try to get me over here. Oh!
Oh, wow, he almost dragged that shot way deep in there. One more shot. Okay, never mind, two more shots.
Nicely done.
Indeed.
That's my favorite part of this GSL today, was watching that little skirmish. Well, I have to say, herO's done a fantastic job so far. He's taken a third. And we'll see. I feel like this might be premature to try to go in here and actually attack with the Warp Prism. Again, keep in mind there could be Widow Mines burrowed in various locations to hit the Warp Prism. That being said, though, another medevac is coming out, so there might be... Oh! Tag it!
Yep. Gets away.
Tazel's backseat gaming this cast. Send a probe up.
You're not alone.
Move the Warp Prism.
Scout the SCV. Nope.
Oh,
I think you might have seen that command center going down as well. This is actually going to be a big warp in. A couple of gateways have not finished build. Okay.
Oh, looks like it's actually going to be a pretty conservative harass here.
Okay. I let Taste this backseat game. I'm not good at it.
Yeah. No, it's okay. He's going to try to warp in over here. He's going to pick these up and probably go down. Are we just really bad at this? Like, you know what? He's going to make 4 Void Rays. How about that? Never happens. Oh, all right. Sorry. Just going to went out there on a gamble.
Taste Dama's going to get fired at this rate.
No kidding. Some drops coming in here and there. And, I appreciate what he's trying to do, but I think you're overextending with this, right? Like, these medevacs should be picked off no matter what.
And great defense.
Yeah, well, both of them do for that matter. I think the difference is that herO identified that right away and got out.
No, that's the same one.
No, that one was killed off earlier.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's aware of this.
The Phantom Widow Mine. Okay.
Whoa, perfect
or
understand.
Is he?
And now we get to see the exact range. Oh. Now, with the next big drop, Protoss is actually moving out, so this could end up with a sort of base trading scenario. That being said, Terran's quite low on pretty much everything. Are we going to see a tag in? He
Oh.
might actually just fly the Oracle in to take damage on. In fact, he does just
Yeah.
that. Even taking damage there on those Marines and everything else.
The Clay Pigeon Oracle.
Yeah, Clay, I like that Clay Pigeon Oracle.
Yeah, he's gonna blink on the high ground and just kill everything. He's on top of the Terran production. No amount of SCVs will save you now, bunny.
And it looks like we should be going to do a PvP now. Basically, as long as Protoss can warp in a little bit more back here. I don't believe that. Well, hold on. Did he get all the pylons? Hold on a second.
I mean, crazy things can happen. Terran buildings do lift off.
What?
No,
Oh, get it. All right. Well, he can stay on top of the production. Okay, this actually just got officially really weird. There's 3 SCVs left.
Hold
He has-
on to your seat.
He has enough workers at his natural. He could keep in mind there's a hidden starport there. He could try to expand to the gold base and just camp. And I think this game's basically over. He needs to blink out. That's exactly what he's doing. He's going to get that last base. Terran has 1 SCV, no SCVs. If he gets that CC, and
There's
just,
a Void Ray, though, so this is not
yeah,
winnable
you're
game.
right.
Yeah, there's no way Bunny wins this. Okay, a lot of times if you don't have any air units, then Terran can force a draw
Well,
in this situation.
But
But
where's Protoss's probes? I believe they're all collecting over there at that one expansion. Let's
Yeah.
take a look at that tree, and then we'll go back to this game. And
round of applause for Shiner Observer.
so there's a Nexus being made at that expansion location,
Right.
that was being taken by Bunny. We haven't gotten a shot of it yet. He's going to get that CC.
Now, Protoss is ahead.
Wait a minute, he doesn't have any army over here. He needs to get some army.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, he's gonna wrap around in the.
He's also got probes hitting out on the map.
Yeah. He's gonna stem forward, but this is the entirety of Bunny's
Okay,
armies.
great job picking up these
Yeah.
medevacs.
That was almost really scary. Now, Widow Mines. Oh my god.
Wow, even
sick
hitting
as
it.
bait.
So good.
Oh.
Okay, so that should be GG there.
Wow.
Protoss could be mining now, and there's nothing the Terran can really do. GG, a tap out, and it's herO going on to the final match for tonight.
Oh, man.
Bunny, definitely a crushing defeat. Super frustrating. Once again, history repeats itself.
I took the words right out of my mouth, Tate.
SOS versus herO next. Looks like herO's going to go send him some love. Wow, serious tilt here.
Yeah, you can really see, and imagine what it must be like for Bunny. herO is just his kryptonite. That one player he
Yeah.
just has never been able to beat. Oh man, just absolutely crushed.
Well, you know, I respect that. You know he cares.
Well, so do those guys.
Put his heart into it. Well, guys, we are going to be going on a short break in a minute here. PvP for the final match, SOS versus herO. This is basically the best PvP you can ask for nowadays.
Absolutely, two very different styles, two very strong players, and really, you just cannot predict what will happen here. SOS just has so much to offer. We'll get a chance to watch it in our final match of the night. SOS versus herO is coming up. Don't go anywhere.